Pow wow, yo, yippee yay guys, it's Power's special edition AMA straight from Portugal. You have submitted a lot of interesting questions. We have selected the very best ones. And the great thing about this AMA is that I'm not gonna do the talking, I'm not gonna do the work, but all our talented, lovely employees are really going to explain you exactly what is happening in the heart and the soul and the brains of SwissBorg. So keep tuned in, wash in your seats, and enjoy this special edition straight for you guys.
That's an excellent question. And as you know, at SwissBorg, we're all about our community. We're all about you. And so we're constantly thinking about how we can keep adding value to our members and strengthen the very fabric of what makes this community so special. And naturally, our premium community members, the ones that have supported us through the tides of the markets, trusted us, to put it in Swiss terms, through the mountains and the valleys of crypto cycles, the ones that have always stood by our side. Well, they have a very special place in our hearts. So we are very much aware of the problems, the pain points they're currently facing. But we hear you loud and clear. And so here's the good news. Because community centrism runs through the veins of every team member at SwissBorg, SwissBorg leadership has taken the decision to assemble an entire unit of extremely talented and clever people that will be dedicated to precisely this cause, to not only address the concerns, but to truly go beyond and keep building original, exciting features and products that will continue to fortify the value of our community. I have the incredible opportunity to work with them, and together, our core mission is you. You may have already heard about the Protect and Choose initiative, which reconsiders how we allocate board-backed tokens from the Protect and Burn, and how that could perhaps impact the yields on premiums, or perhaps the vote multiplier, which is also allocated to premium users. The truth is, there's a lot of cooking going on in the SB kitchens. And whilst I can't reveal too much right now, it is certainly a very exciting time to be part of the SwissBorg community, and even more so to be a premium member. What I can say is stay tuned, stay healthy, and stay wealthy.
Well, this is something we've been actively working on at the moment. The starting point is always, who are we trying to target? What's the type of person we want to reach? Next, what do we have at SwissBorg that could be interesting to them? And then, what are the best ways to connect with those people? Once we have that list, we start researching specific channels or partners in each of the locations where we want to grow. So, let's say the type of person we want to reach is an entrepreneur. Something they might find interesting about SwissBorg is yield wallets, because it means their crypto is working for them while they are working on their business. How can we connect with them? One channel might be co-working spaces. So then, for all of the key regions where we want to grow, we would reach out to local co-working spaces to see how we can collaborate. Then, we repeat the process for all of the other potential channels and all of the other types of people we want to join the SwissBorg community.
In a fast-paced industry like crypto, we have to be constantly on the lookout for triggers that may affect our business and our ability to serve our community. The way we react and manage those triggers will depend case by case, depending on their nature, severity, impact, and so on. If you take changes to regulations, for instance, we typically have sufficient time to prepare and make plans to adapt. That may be through processes, technology changes, and so on. Other times, those triggers can be more sudden and unexpected, like the situation that is unfolding in Ukraine. I'll be honest, planning for a war on European turf was not a scenario we had contemplated. So reacting to it required us to escalate, come together as a team, and move fast in order to assess all possible impacts. For instance, we needed to know if any of our services are impacted, if our staff members were affected, and if they're safe. And we had to know if our community members were affected and ways we could support them. And what about business partners, perhaps affected in a way that could cause impacts on the business? Thankfully, you can rest assured, our people are safe, our services are running smoothly, and your assets remain as safe as ever. A special shout out goes to our support team in Ukraine that help our community members on all sorts of issues ranging from payments, onboarding, and more. It's been humbling and inspiring to witness the tenacity and resilience of our support team, who've been working relentlessly despite the adversities. At the same time, let me highlight that our decentralized and remote setup also allows us to be resilient and quick in shifting activities to team members based in other locations. No matter what may be thrown at us, we're prepared to continue servicing our community.
I think we have reached 300 figure recently, which is crazy because we've been growing so fast. Can you imagine that we have onboarded 70 people since January 1st? This is ludicrous. The plan is to keep on hiring. We are planning to maybe go up to 450 by the end of the year, but maybe we might need to slow down a bit the pace in the coming weeks and months because of the whole situation. We'll see. We'll do a bit of fine-tuning in the weeks to come, and we'll keep you posted on that. As you know, there are like 50 open positions at all times. This is tremendous, and we'll keep on working. We'll keep on working hard. We'll keep on hiring, and yeah, it's crazy. It's growing so fast. It is booming, and we're trying to keep up, but it's awesome. It's a lot of fun.
We at SwissBorg Ventures are excited to be embarking on the new style of venture capital funds, an internal fund with a list of professionals which are excited and focused at building out a proprietary investment vehicle. The time is now. SwissBorg Ventures will be focusing on early stage strategic investments to the overall SwissBorg mission. And we are enthusiastic, passionate, almost to the point of unhealthiness about the overall success of the venture business and the opportunities that we see. At SwissBorg Ventures, we're looking to empower each of the team with deal flow. Deal flow is the core of any venture capital success. It's so important that each of the team use their network to find deal flow. And deal flow can come from anywhere. It really can. But as a team, as a gang, as a group, we're all looking for deal flow. It is the life and blood of any venture fund. Really, what we have built in such a short period of time is an excellent deal origination strategy. Think of it as a funnel where deals come in on a day-to-day basis. They get an initial scoring. The scoring then goes through to the initial phase, followed by a call, followed by a meeting, followed by a research note, a one-pager, and deep due diligence. At the core of our business is our ability to understand quickly and efficiently the opportunities that we see in our deal flow. At SwissBorg Ventures, we're a little bit different because we have an array of resources. We're all investment professionals, but at the core of our business is the love for cryptocurrency, blockchain technology, and a decentralized future for all. I'm very excited to continue to build out the venture fund at the core of our business, which will be our deal flow.
As discussed in the keynote, we want to include environmentally focused decision in our roadmap. And this is why our first thematic will be a green crypto thematic. However, we would love for your input for the next thematic. So feel free to give your opinion on the public roadmap.
In the SRE team, our job is to make sure that the app runs smoothly and that we don't have lags or interruption of services during periods of high activity, for instance. One of the most important backend milestones we achieved last year was to be able to scale our infrastructure without impacting our users. We more than doubled the number of servers, and we made sure our databases were ready to serve all the data needed to process authentication, onboarding, transactions, and so on. We are now ready to reach the next milestone with you on the road to 1 million users.
You may know Soonie as the former mascot for Crypto Challenge, but unfortunately, the time for Crypto Challenge has come to an end. Nonetheless, it's time for them to embark on a journey of their own into the Sooniverse. Soonie is a metaverse hero set out to combat centralization by using decentralized practices in their new product. Into the Sooniverse will be the very first interactive blockchain-based comic book, which to me That in itself is something spectacular. Our community members will be able to follow and contribute to Soonie's journey, find other NFT friends embedded in the story, and eventually play to earn. Stay tuned for many exciting updates. You're not going to want to miss out on this.
The R framework, AARR, is a popular model for startups to track growth and success. It was introduced by the entrepreneur Dave McClure. The acronym stands for acquisition, for someone downloads the SwissBorg app. Activation, he starts using it, we want to make sure that this first experience is a happy one. Retention, he keeps using it and we want to keep him happy. Revenue, we want to monetize from his behavior. And referral, he's so happy that he tells his friends to use it. So as a retention manager at SwissBorg, I'm a firm believer that we need to put the users at the center of everything we do. It means first, understand the users, their needs, their pain points, their motivations. And we can do this by collecting their feedback from various channels. Second, provide adequate support and guidance to the users. And last but not least, develop features, products, and services that the users want, and fine-tune them to make sure that the users are happy.
This SwissBorg team will be pushing more activities within our Discord server, where you'll be able to find the most active community members, staff involved in the evolution of the company, and even some surprising guests that will join us along the year with different languages. When it comes to local meetups, we will be hosting more community-led activities across cities in France, Germany, Switzerland, England, and Spain, for our beloved members to attend and meet like-minded people. This will as well go along our presence in big events across Europe, like ETH Global Amsterdam, Latitude 59 in Tallinn, Blockchain in Financial Services in Zurich, and many, many, many more, which will be published soon.
As far as I'm concerned, community success is the team I belong. It was tagged that way for a reason. Under our watch, no one is left behind. No one shall remain unhelped when needed, uneducated when we share all resources to make you travel and flourish through the crypto space. We call community success agent because we'll make you succeed as member of our community. Yes, we're built different, and yes, we're gonna make it. We're SwissBorg.
First of all, we have to define the purpose of a campaign. Are we entering a new market, such as the Swiss-German market? Are we growing an existing market? Or are we trying to convert an inactive user into an active user? For example, if we launch the application in the German-speaking part of Switzerland, we will first run a branding campaign. Let's say we're gonna set up a digital out-of-home campaign. That means promoting SwissBorg on screens at the airport, in bus, train stations, and so on, in defined cities and during a certain period of time. The measure in that case will be the traffic on our website. If ads are banners with QR codes, the number of QR codes scanned, and the number of people in the German-speaking part of Switzerland who downloaded the app. We have to keep in mind that the scan rate is really low, about less than 1%, so it's sometimes better to just have ads with strong messaging. At the same time, we will run conversion campaigns, for instance with banners on financial, business and investment websites. To measure the success of that campaign, and before launching it, we have to make sure the tracking is ready. That is what we are actively working on at SwissBorg. With the new cookies policy and other policies, it became more difficult to track human behavior. We had to find new internal as well as external solutions. When the tracking is set up, the most effective KPIs are the downloads number, the cost per acquisition, the number of verified users, and the number of deposits. Website advertising can also be used for branding campaigns as well as retargeting campaigns. We measure the success of these campaigns with the click rate on the banner and the cost per click with the first case and with the CPA in the second one. Of course, we have a lot of various marketing activations both online and offline. The success will be based on the goal of our acquisition campaigns.
As a SwissBorg employee, I have this big advantage over other standard investors of CHSB, that apart from all the things that are being presented in public about SwissBorg, I can see how the things work internally on an everyday basis. And especially as a software engineer, I have a perfect insight into how the whole ecosystem is built. And I can tell you, it's built really well. So, as you probably may know, the whole SwissBorg platform is coded in Scala, and it's designed from the very first day in fully scalable and robust way, following the event sourcing architecture, which is well proven in all the biggest companies in the world. And you know, it's often the case that when a startup is started, the first version of product is coded fast and with big technical depth. And it's absolutely not the case with SwissBorg. And what I like the most about my job at SwissBorg, and at the same time what convinces me that SwissBorg will outperform other companies, is that engineers here are not only treated as coders, but more as co-creators of the company. So our job is not only about fulfilling development tasks, but also about learning the business context and knowing the impact of our work. And my personal belief is that, in such empowering working culture, a team of 60 engineers may progress faster than even a 500-man software departments in other big companies.
Well, guys, I hope you really enjoyed this one. As you guys know, at the core of SwissBorg is always to be community-centric. It's always to be exactly super fair and fun. I hope this video shows the three subjects of that. I hope this video as well really enables you guys to get closer to what we're doing and how we're achieving this mission that is really, really, really a big thing for SwissBorg, obviously. I hope you enjoyed it, guys. As always, be wealthy, be healthy, and love our CHSB. Take care, guys. Bye.